Welcome back to my channel. I just went to the mailbox and got my new Country Craft Creations haul box for being on the creative design team, and I want to walk through and show you what kind of materials that you can get from the store and the materials I'll be using for my next couple projects. So one of the things that she included was 12 by 12 chipboard. It's a medium weight, so it's good for covers of the mini albums, and it's kind of nice to have the bigger sheet so that you can make your album any size you want. I also received the artisan cardstock. This is great linen paper if you haven't used it. You know, everybody says, oh, until you try it, it's true. You work with it and it doesn't split, doesn't crack. It's just the right weight. You'll love it. You can get that at Country Craft Creations, and their name is right there on the package. Variety of colors. This is kind of a cream color. So I am a teacher, and I had seen some Authentique paper, and Tammy said she would send me some so that I could work with it and make something school related. So I'm really super excited to use this, and I want to make something where you only need a couple sheets of each page so that you don't have to buy like 2 and 3 sets of the paper. Sorry if there's a background noise. My air conditioner just kicked on. And so I do want to make an album, but it's not going to have as many pockets and pages and flips and all that. I just kind of want to do a basic album where you can put pictures in, like school pictures that you take. And so I'm going to make that, like I said, probably only about 4 pages so that you don't have to buy more than 1 paper pack. These papers are stinking adorable. This is called Studious by Authentique. And here are 12 cards that you can cut apart and use for decoration or by matting them. And on the back is a stripe, and it's kind of a yellow buttery color and kind of a mint green color. And so I have a couple sheets of that. And here is some star paper. It's got a blackish background and cute stars. And on the other side is a darker yellow. I call it kind of like a sunshine yellow, and there's some like circles patterns in there. Okay, and here we have the handprints, cute colors. There's light blue, yellow, kind of a rust color, and inside the hand I like how there's a heart on some of them, and then like a washed out black, dark gray type color, and then there's the stripe on the back. On the Authentique paper, it has a saying on the top of the collection, and a lot of times it's fun just to cut that out and use it and like mat it and put it in your book somewhere. And this one says, "Let fools the studious despise, there's nothing lost by being wise." Ain't that the truth? All right. And here is alphabet and number paper. Can't have school paper without numbers and then the alphabet. And on the other side is like chalkboard and letters, like when you learn how to print. Okay, so be looking forward to a quick and easy album using those materials. So another thing that was sent was the new Blue Fern paper, and I'm so excited. I haven't looked at it yet. I'm going to enjoy it with you as I flip through. But to get started, if you haven't heard of this glue, you need to give it a try. It's the Art Glitter Glue. One of the nice things is that you do receive the tip when you order, and this tip helps you get a fine line rather than a thick line if you don't use the tip. So it's nice to receive that when you order your glue. It just comes with it, okay? And that it lasts a long time. It really does. I'm going to be doing some embossing. I received 2 different embossing powders. They're both by Blue Fern, and there's this one's iridescent gray, and there's a lot of sparkle in that. And this one is called Sunlight Rose, and can you see the sparkle in that? You never have too much sparkle. Okay, I'll probably, this is a die cut chipboard piece from the collection, Blue Fern, and this one is called Garden Fairy. And because the paper is garden themed, this is going to be so cute. I probably will put some of that pink on here because fairies I associate with pink. But I love this. It's going to be so feminine when it's done. Okay, so that's Garden Fairy. I would say, let me measure this because sometimes I think it's important to know how large these pieces are. From top to bottom, it's about 4.5 inches long. Okay, so there's that. Blue Fern has some flowers. You can't make a book without flowers. This is called Happy Roses. There is a pink, a white, and kind of a cream, a buttery color again. And there's 6 included, 2 of each color. Very nice flowers. And I like these. I've used some flowers where it's hard to glue them down in the book because the bottom is so dimensional, and it's easier if it's more flat. And so this one is going to be easier to work with because there's not a thick stem type piece. So that's going to be easier to glue down. Before I get into the main paper collection, some of the paper that was sent that will probably definitely match the collection is by Bo Bunny. This is called the Double Dot paper, and this is powder blue vintage. Yeah, and it is a blue, but it's got some speckles of kind of a tannish, dark, not tan, that's not the right word, or that's not the right color. It's between, it's kind of like a brown and a yellow actually, and then there's real subtle dots on it. Okay, and on the other side, instead of dots, it's just more marbleized. So it looks like it's better blended. That's the vintage blue. And then this is the fruit vintage. And again, it's got a light polka dot pattern. There's varying degrees of the pink. It goes from a kind of a light to a dark as it comes to the corner. And again, those speckles of color. And on the other side, it's more blended. Oh no, this one's different. This one has a pattern. Can you see that? Yeah, that's got a real pretty subtle pattern, kind of a I don't know if Victorian's the right word, but real pretty. I like that a lot. Digging that side. And then there's another color. We've got the green tones, and this is called Island Mist Vintage. So it's got green and again a light yellow dot with some splatter marks. And on this side there is it's the same pattern as the pink. It's got I wouldn't call it damask. It's not really damask, I don't think, but it's a real subtle pattern. Real pretty colors. The weight feels good. It is a textured paper. It's not smooth. It does have some texture to it. Love it. Okay, so now I'm so excited. This next set of papers I'm going to show you, oh, they're so pretty, I can tell already, is called Garden Life. And I am partial to this Blue Fern paper anyway. I mean, there's a lot of paper lines I like, but Blue Fern is always, that's my style. It's me. So I want to walk through the front and the backs. It's all double-sided paper. It is a thicker paper. This is not a paper that, like if you're making a cover, it's not a paper you want to put around the chipboard because it would crack. But it's beautiful. So here is the first page of cut-aparts. There is, okay, I want to make sure this isn't auto-focusing. Hold on. I think that's more clear. So we have fairies all over, birds. Some things have to be believed to be seen. That is a very cool saying. I like that. A hot air balloon. Nature's playground. The rustle of the wind reminds us a fairy is near. Butterflies. The colors are pinks, greens, blues. They're real soft. I like that girl riding on the butterfly. If I read this right, this is called Snippets, the name of this page. On the back, they always kind of have a more of a single color on the back. There's still usually a pattern. Like you can see some words in the background. I would say this is almost a rust color, but it does match. I'm trying to think of what it's this kind of background. It matches that. Okay, that's beautiful. So there is page 1. Beautiful. Okay. The next one is called Morning Dew, and it is a blue background with some flower or some greenery in the upper right hand corner, some dark pink, almost I'd say rose colored flowers, fairy in the corner sitting on a flower, and then some flowers in the corner. There is green down here at the bottom, whereas the top is blue. There's a subtle pattern in the back, and on the oh, that's so pretty. Here I said that they're usually the back is solid, and this one's not, but it's beautiful. This is a yellowish color, and then the flowers are yellow and kind of a rose-ish pink color. That's really pretty. Oh, now you're gonna hear the lawnmower going on outside. Sorry, it's a noisy video, I apologize. Okay, we now have Felicity. This is more of a white, antique white in the center. The arch of flowers going around. Some birds here in the corner, down in the bottom right. Some stripes down here, and on the other side is a pattern piece. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is called, these are the calling cards, and they are fabulous. So, oh, the stupid lawnmower. There's that girl riding the butterfly. We have like a cherub. I mean, I'm sure it's a fairy, but to me it looks like a cherub. And then it's got wings like a butterfly wing. Look at how gorgeous. That's really cute. The birds in the nest with the little fairies drinking tea. So, fairy good life. There's some lined sections, so you can do some journaling. Serious, you probably can't get the full effect on video, but it is fabulous. This is probably one of my favorites of Blue Fern that I've seen so far. This is actually more of a gray background and yellow pattern. Huh, that surprises me that it's gray. But it goes, there's pieces on here that are that color too, so. Okay, next. I love that there's so many different patterns too. This is called Sunrise, so the background is kind of a yellowish color. We have our fairy on the right hand side with flowers, a bird in the bottom left, the print in the background. And these can be cut into 6x6 pieces. They're awesome. And you know, the book, I'm making an album for this one too, and it's going to be a little bit different than what I've made in the past. It's going to have two separate hinges, and so you're going to have a hinge at the top of the book and a hinge at the bottom. So all the pages will be separate, all of them. So there'll be like 4 pages on the top, 4 on the bottom. So it's going to be it's going to be a real tall book. So these pages, these 6x6s are going to be real easy to work with. That floral one is super pretty. I really like that fairy sitting on the flower too. Okay, so those 6x6s, here is the larger version of those flowers I just showed you. Look at that. Stunning. Oh, it's so, so pretty. The colors are fabulous. This is called Flower Bed, which makes sense. And again, we have a subtle pattern, kind of grays and antique white. Getting to the end here, getting close. Okay, this one's my favorite so far as far as the pictures go. Look at that beauty in the corner. So, so pretty. I'm not a big bird person because birds scare me, and birds drive me crazy. Like in our backyard, they always want to build nests right above our awning. We have a retractable awning, and they build nests there all the time, and so when you walk out the sliding glass door, they scare you. So birds are not my favorite. However, on paper they're okay. In real life they freak me out. Bottom corner, flowers and a butterfly. Background is kind of a mixture between a blue and a gray actually on this one. This one's called Merriment. And then on the back are some flowers that are mainly yellow. Super. I am so excited to work with this paper. I'm sure we all say that when we get our design team boxes, but it's for real. It's really exciting to open. And this is called Wallflowers. Kind of reminds me of an old wallpaper that I've seen in a house or two. The stripes with the flowers. And on the other, oh, that's pretty, kind of a pink and very subtle orange color. With, you can see I love it when you have the words in the background. Awesome. And thought I was done, but I'm not. 2 more styles. That's a lot of different paper choices. We have our bird in the upper left hand corner, flowers and butterflies. This is called In Bloom. This is more of a rosy pink color. And on the other side is more green. I like the flourish that's in the pattern, and along the border is a subtle flower. And the final pattern piece of paper is called Sun-Kissed, and we have like a banner at the top, a larger flower, a border of flowers. There's that flourish pattern in stripes again, and a pink and yellow background on the other side, a marbly watercolory. Okay, so this is called Garden Life by Blue Fern. You can get it at countrycraftcreations.com, any of the products that I've just shown you. If you haven't heard, her turnaround time for orders is super fast. Great customer service, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on the design team, I'm saying it because it's for real. So if you haven't taken a look at their website, please do so, and stay tuned because I'll be making 2 mini albums with the papers I've just shown you. Thanks so much. See you soon.